Check 1, 2. Ugh, I have to fix my, clear my environment data. But I'll do that later. Oof, little stutter right there. That was the first one. Ugh, flying helicopters is so fun. Actually, if I am going to be streaming, I should probably turn on my YouTube chat in VR. It will take a second, but I don't think I have to stop the stream or anything to get it running, but let me set this down somewhere. I can turn it on. Haven't really streamed this game in a minute, but after the update, everything's running really well. Everything's looking great. Like, just perfect. Like, this is the most perfect I've ever experienced VR in this game. So we're doing pretty well so far. Sim update 2. At least for me. I know some people are having problems I've seen online, but I haven't experienced any. And people with like similar setups as me, like a Reverb G2 and a 4080. But I haven't experienced the same problems, knock on wood. I hope those guys resolve it. I don't know what they're talking about because my sim is running well so far. You know, It's not perfect, but it is the closest it's ever been. Alright, so I'm just gonna stream. So turn on Open Keyboard. I'll also turn on, what's that? Power Tools. And then we gotta open up this guy. Let's get my channel going. My stream is running. Alright. There we go. And I use power joys, so I can do this and keep that window focused. That can go away. That goes right there. Alright, so now, let me just test that. Yep, I see it in VR. Cool. Alright, so now we are in business. And it's not even in a... Whoa. Gotta reset my trim to take off, douchebag. I still have to change my outfit. Still wearing all the military gear. It looks ridiculous. Especially when I'm flying general aviation helicopters. We're just skimming along. Low altitude. Because the sim is basically stutter free these days, so we can do low flying without much artifacting, without much as far as performance differences. It's pretty stable, pretty smooth. Whatever is being shown in the stream and the video from the mirror is not even close to as smooth as it is in the actual headset. Like, the motion smoothing and everything is just working really well right now. Wee. Yeah, super fun. I know a lot of people have hard times with helicopter flights controls, and I don't know what to tell them because either their shit's not working right or it's a skill issue. But I love flying helicopters, and admittedly, some are a lot harder to fly than others. But generally speaking, they're all pretty fucking fun. I don't know why more people don't fly them, because you can get real close, you can hover, you can do whatever you want in a helicopter. Yeah, they're slower, but that's better for sightseeing and shit, like the kind of flying I do. Like low altitude, sort of terrain flying. Although, you know, flying a jet is pretty fucking fun too. But all in all, I think I have a better time flying helicopters, generally speaking. Especially now that VR has gotten so much better, and DLSS has made the image quality better. Yeah, I mean, VR, just generally speaking, performance-wise and image quality-wise, is just the best it's ever been. For me, anyway. You know, again, I know a lot of people are, you know, complaining and having problems with 2024, and I don't, you know, honestly, I mean, that sucks. I know how it feels when the sim isn't running the way you want it to, or the way you know it should or could run. But, you know, I don't know what to tell those people. Like, you know, mine is running great. And there are broken parts of the sim, sure, like career mode. I still haven't fucked with career mode much, just because it's still pretty buggy. But, you know, from the last time I checked, which is months ago, so maybe I'll hop back in and see if my experience is any better. But I don't do much of that anyway. I don't really care for it. It's just like, you know, I'd rather just free fly around. I love doing that. And every now and again I'll get a little bored and maybe be like, okay, we'll change it up and do a mission or something, but I'm not gonna risk flying under. It's too risky in this helicopter right now. Although I can get pretty level in it. It's not like that, it's just, it feels like it's just too tall to fit under those. Like that big gooseneck I got there. This one looks a little higher. Maybe I can fit through this one. Maybe. Ugh. The closer I get to it, the more I'm like, nope, nope, nope. Bad idea, bad idea, bad idea, bad idea. Oh, I made it. Just skimmed the skids just a tiny bit on the exit, but not enough to slow us down or anything. So, hooray. We're alive. I can probably make it through that first and maybe even the second one too. Yeah, these look much higher than the other ones. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, image quality is much, much better, much, much improved. You know, it's really, there's not much I can fault with the update. I think they've done a good job. You know, it bothers me a little bit when I see people complaining about it still. Oh, it's even worse now. It's like, all right, let's calm down a bit. What exactly is your problem? And let's just see. And how do we know? Because, I know so many people that the sim it works pretty well for us. I'm not the only one. It's me and quite a few of other flight simmers. We fly together quite a bit. And we complain and we have issues here and there. But for the most part, the sim works. And it's running well. And it's looking great. And we love it. And, I feel like there's a lot less people, but they're still out there and they're complaining about it. And it's like, it doesn't run well, it doesn't look good, it's blurry, or it crashes all the time. And I'm like, guys, your settings are all wrong. And you keep throwing money at problems like, oh, I had a 4090, now I have a 5090, it's even worse. I'm like, if you have a 5090, and you can't get this game looking and running great, and I have a 4080 and the game runs and looks fantastic, then you're doing something the fuck wrong. And it's not the sim. It's your settings. It's your settings. It's the way you've have it set up. There's too much crap on your machine. There's probably bloatware. You've probably installed a bunch of other garbage that you don't need. People just throw more and more money at the problem without actually trying to diagnose it and trying to see, what indeed the best settings are for your hardware. Like there's no reason in the world right now to upgrade from a 4090 to a 5090. I don't believe so whatsoever, because if I am getting this kind of performance on my 4080 right now, I don't feel any reason to upgrade. It's running great. It's running fucking better than it ever has. It's super sharp and clear. I mean, I don't know what else you want from this sim. I mean, alright, maybe if you're running one of those brand new super high res Meganex 8X 8K fucking VR headsets, then sure, maybe you need that extra power. But for my system and my headset, that also I don't feel like I need to upgrade. Everybody's on the Quest 3 and they're all, hey, the Quest 3, blah, blah. Every time the Quest updates their shit, it fucks something up. And believe me, I'm fully aware of the Oculus or / MetaQuest ecosystem, and there's a lot of good shit on there for sure. But sometimes there are updates, man. They just brick your shit. And it's never done right, and you gotta wait till the next update. And it's like, yeah, I don't need the hassle for pancake lenses. It's not gonna be that big of an upgrade for me. So it'll be nice. More edge-to-edge clarity, a bigger sweet spot. Sure, that'd be nice. But I get really good image quality right now. And yeah, I have the last generation Fresnel lenses, but you know what? Sim looks fucking fantastic to my eye right now. I'm used to the sweet spot. I know where to look if I need to have something clear. I look straight ahead, I move my head. Whatever, it's VR, man. Would it be nice? Is it more of a lateral sort of upgrade? I believe so. And so are the 5080s of the world right now. 5080s, 5070 Ti. The 4070 Ti is, a lot of people say, hey, it's just as good as the 4080. No, it's not. 20 to 30% is significant. And that's the difference between a 4080 and a 4090 is about 30% performance, and that's the difference between a 4080 and a 4070 Ti. A lot of people, no, it's less than 15%. No, it's not. It really depends on the game, and if we're all playing like Fortnite or something like that, high FPS first-person competitive shooter, online shooters, then yeah, everybody's getting. What's the difference between 300 and 500 frames a second? Honestly, when your monitor only displays 260 or 320 hertz, or if you're one of the newer adopters, 400 hertz and up, nobody cares about those extra frames that you can't even see. So the difference between, you know, those cards at that point, yeah, they're stupid. But the difference between a 4070 Ti and a 4080, not even the 4080 Super, a 4080 is going to be huge in VR. It's going to be huge in VR, the difference. That 30% is going to be a huge difference to resolution and performance, to your frame rate and to everything. And also the extra VRAM on the, because I think the 47 Ti only has, maybe they have a 16 gig model, I don't know, but I think they're only at like 12 gigs or something. I'm not, don't quote me on that, I might be wrong, but anyway. Sorry, I had to peek out at the monitor for a second, make sure we're all doing well. All right, so take it easy. All right, we can hit the city, I guess, soon. Just for a change of scenery, we've been flying around pretty rural areas here. Suburban even. Yeah, I've nary one stutter this whole game. I had one. And it was a while ago. And I've just been flying. And it's just, yeah, it's running pretty damn perfectly, honestly. There's really not a lot I could nitpick about, especially when I know what the limitations of, whatchamacallit, motion reprojection. Or, you know, the equivalent to asynchronous space warp on ASW on Oculus Meta devices. Motion reprojection can introduce artifacts, but it only seems to happen when I'm rotating the camera like that and the external view. Like, there's no artifacts when moving around like this, just moving the actual aircraft around. Very few artifacts when I'm low to the ground now, which there were tons of them before. And now it's a lot more cleaned up. When you're going low to the ground, low altitude, and going fairly quickly, there you can get quite a bit of artifacting, and yeah, it makes sense. But at the same time, they've really reduced a lot of the negative parts of DLSS and reprojection. Like the image quality is just so much better these days. Alright, we're headed towards a little stutter area, so we'll test to see if we get any. I've been up in the air for about maybe, what, at least 40 minutes now, I'd say. Half an hour, 40 minutes. Flying around, and it's been pretty flawless. And no, I don't have all my settings on ultra or anything, but I definitely have optimized it for, I think, the sweet spot of performance and image quality, because everything does look great. But there are, you know, there are certain shadow settings turned down. I have, I think contact shadows are off completely, because you still get contact shadows from the regular lighting, so I don't understand the extra contact shadowing. I mean, it probably adds some somewhere, but I can't really tell too much of a difference. What else? I don't know. I turned off on, I don't really need to see the animals, and every now and again it does introduce a stutter when loading them in to an area. I don't know if they fixed that yet, but they might have, they might not have, I don't know. But I don't, again, I'm not in this to be flying around looking for animals. Sometimes, when I am, I can turn it on pretty easily as well. So, yeah, I'm not really missing out on much. Got a lot of high, got a few low settings, got a couple medium, I got a few ultra settings. I mean, it's really a mix mash of settings. But again, all to optimize frame rate and image quality for my system. And I think, you know, I'm right there. Like, I don't see much more I can improve on. And the frame rate has been rock solid. Alright, so yeah, the closer we get to the Golden Gate Bridge is when the stutters will start to happen, if they happen. This has been a really, really good flight so far. And I didn't do anything special to prepare the PC either. I was browsing the web and watching YouTube videos earlier. And then I just decided to boot up the game, so I didn't even go from like a fresh reboot or anything. I didn't clear out any cache. I'm just booted up the game, started it up, started flying, and it's been pretty perfect. So, you know, I know a lot of people do that stuff before every flight, and you know, it's I want to feel like I don't need to I don't need to have that much upkeep on the game and maintenance and that kind of stuff. I feel like I should be able to just turn the game on, boot the game up, and start playing. And it's getting closer to that. I mean, I will clear out my cache eventually, and it will start to probably bog down eventually. But I don't think it's necessary for every flight. I think it's actually beneficial to keep the cache running, especially if you're going to be flying in the same area multiple times, or, you know, generally. So, and I do use this area to test, so I you know, I'll keep this area cached in. I won't feel the need to clear the cache that much. Alright, so any day now we can get a stutter. Nothing's really happened, I don't believe. I was scratching my head there for a second, so that made the headset shake around. Let's get a little lower here. Oh, one little tiny little rubber band stutter right there, but that wasn't bad. But we'll probably get a couple more. But that wasn't bad at all. Yeah, tiny little one again. So it's muted. Like, I used to get really big stutters right around here, but it feels very muted now. Yeah, there it is. That's a bigger one. That's kind of what I expect from this area right around here. But again, the stuttering is a lot less. Like, that's what just happened, and what might just happen one more time, or two more times, and then it'll be perfect again for the rest of the flight. Even in the city. Even flying low around the buildings and such, it'll be nice and stable. But I had, like, you know, there's 3 little stutters right in the area that I felt like it was going to happen. And then one little tiny one right there. Because I thought I was going to get one more, at least. But I think it's done. I think we're done. And it's going to be smooth sailing from here on in. I think. Then again, what do I know? Especially if I'm going to be hot dogging like this. It's very easy to hit invisible walls on this bridge. Yeah, having problems with Amazon, so I can't listen to music because I usually use my Amazon Prime Music to listen to music while I'm flying around in VR. But Amazon is kind of pissing me off right now. Well, it's actually not their fault so much, but how they're handling resolving my situation is it leaves a lot to be desired. But hopefully, it's getting resolved. Hopefully. Um, I'm waiting for another callback / email about my issue. But until that happens, I can't use Amazon for anything. I can't order anything. I can't watch Prime Video and it's a little bit of like annoying right now because it's been about a week. It's been like 5 days now. And it's no huge big deal. Like, oh my god, you're actually saving me money. But it sucks when you're unable to utilize, something that's become, basic, everyday kind of thing. Because again, I'll order whatever I need to order from them, but it's generally for like Prime Video and music is what I use my Amazon account for. But can't use it right now because it's been hacked and they're investigating finally, I think. At least that's what they told me they're going to start to do, and until they need initial fucking bullshit done, they're going to get back to me. Alright, so whatever. Because I'm like, I'll start a brand new account. I don't give a fuck. But just get all my information off this old account and shut it down. No, that's not the way it works. And I'm like, well, it's stupid because the account was hacked. You can tell by my records and by my buying history easily that those gift cards were fraudulent. Thank you for not charging me for them. But at the same time, you can also see that it was a regular account. Regular Prime personal account for years, and all of a sudden 4 days ago it's a business account, and I'm calling about the change to my account from 4 days ago that I've been a happy Prime customer for years, and all of a sudden it's been changed to a business account without my knowledge, so it's been hacked, blah 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 blah. This is not me. And they're like, well, we can't be sure of that, blah. And I get it. But at the same time, you have all my information. I've proven my identity. I can further prove my identity to you. And I can, and you can tell by my shopping history over the past years that, this account, is just for, what a single guy orders from an Amazon account. A lot of electronics, sneakers, fucking some music here and there, watches Prime Video. Why? And then what looks suspicious is that 4 days ago it was changed to a business account and he hasn't purchased anything but gift cards or attempted to purchase anything but gift cards since the change was made to a business account. And so they're like, okay, that's suspicious. But what's not suspicious is me calling about my account being hacked. And about 4 days ago, and complaining about it and wanting to get it resolved. That's suspicious too. How is that suspicious? That makes sense. And why would a hacker call Amazon to shut down a hacked account? No, I need the hacked account. And also, a hacker doesn't call tech support. A hacker does all his shit behind the scenes. Unless he's doing identity theft grift, which is what this is, when your account is hacked. But, he's not going to call tech support other than, like, can we change the email address to this? That's what he's going to ask tech support. He's not going to ask them to shut the account down. So these guys are out of their minds. But whatever, my sim is running really well. Yeah, pretty smooth. Everything was nice and smooth in the city. photogrammetry does look cleaned up, especially in the Bay Area and the cities they have cleaned it up in, but I think generally it looks better. That building looks like a absolute fucking turd of a building. But generally speaking, yeah, a lot of it looks a lot better. You know, even the lower detailed stuff looks just cleaner. But that could be my new or newish settings for sharpness, which is kind of an involved conversation that I don't feel like having right now. I don't feel like talking tech support. Like I said, to all the people who are having issues with this sim, I feel for you, and it must suck, but honestly, it's running better than ever for me, so yay for me. Yeah, probably pretty flawless flight. Had a couple of stutters right there by the Golden Gate, but yeah, it's just something that I've accepted from this sim. But other than that, it's been butter fucking smooth and silk. Nobody would land a helicopter like that. I don't think. But a flight simmer. Pretty good landing though. Right on the H. Skids on the H. Maybe I could have pulled up a little bit, but other than that, I think that was a pretty good, decent landing. Just wanted to try out rain for a minute, see what's going on. Yeah, some rain effects on the windows. Not a whole hell of a lot, though. Can barely see anything. But playable. Let's do that. Large loose assemblages. Where'd all my cars go? Alright, there's a couple. Little chug right there. Just switching the camera. But, yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all, sim update. Now, clearly I have some traffic off, but I would imagine that there would have been some more flyers around. I don't see anybody. Not all day, unless I have my settings all weird for some reason, but I don't think so. Thought I checked them for multiplayer and it looked like they were on, but whatever. Alright, let's just put her in for a landing. I'm done. I'm gonna go do other things. And that might mean play another game or step away from the computer. I don't know.